Hi everyone and welcome back to Alejandro HD. I apologise that I've not posted in a while. I've just been quite busy, but now I'm back and I thought I would crack on with my reviews and talking about stuff that I like to talk about. Today, however, is not a good topic. I just wanted to sort of share my thoughts briefly on the current Dalai Lama situation. For those of you who don't know, there is a video of him being quite inappropriate with a child. Um, I'll leave a link to the video in the description, and you guys can watch that and sort of make your own interpretations of it. I just wanted to address what I think of it. Um, and yeah, it's a really odd video for me to make because I wouldn't say I'm like a complete you know die-hard follower of Buddhism or anything like that, but I do believe in a lot of what Buddhism offers in terms of lifestyle, in terms of being a good person, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot there that I attribute to my own daily life and trying to, you know, spread spread some information about that sort of stuff. But it's it's not it's okay. So I'll start from the top and then I'll just work my way through it. I found it very hard to make this video, but it's bothered me enough for me to want to talk about it, so thought I would share my thoughts here because where else? Um, so initially, first watched the video. I watched it numerous times just so I can get it into my head exactly what's going on. What I've seen from the Dalai Lama and how he acts in public, he is quite. He seems to be quite a jokester, quite a wind-up merchant. He sort of says things that are quite just a little bit sort of boisterous. Um, does things like that, which is fine. It's part of his nature or whatever, I guess. But the problem we've got here is that he's on in front of a lot of people, and then there's people watching worldwide and stuff like that. So that's the first problem. And secondly, the child approaches him and offers, asks him for a hug. All fair, all well and fine. Um, but it's the reaction and what he says after, and he might have just been on the wind up. He might have just been saying, "Oh, what he said," but to be in a very to me it's like being he's doing a job, he's at work, he has to be professional, and there's a certain way that you conduct yourself with children and also with public in general, and then also how you just um act at work, uh and even if it was a relative or a close family friend saying what he said, it just doesn't really, it shouldn't be said at all to a child. I mean, even if it's close family, it just really isn't. It doesn't really match up with any sort of. I tried watching it. I was like, right, how could I sort of try and rationalize this in some way where I could see him being playful, jokey, having a laugh, because that's the type of guy he is. I've watched many of his, many sort of his talks, seen some of his interviews, read some of what he's said, quotes and so on, and so I get a general idea about what the guy is. He's just a very down to earth sort of dude. But if you haven't watched the video, watch the video. Yeah, so I'm just going to say I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed with how he's conducted himself. The video was actually, well, the video well, the incident happened in January, and he's only now apologising as well. So there was an apology um, sent out by his social media team, but it's taken him this long to apologise because the mainstream media have only just picked up on it now. That's another really odd thing. Um, and for him, for his position, for him being the main spokesperson of Buddhism. Like, I mean, I've watched many things about monks. You know, you've seen some stuff I've posted and so on. They're they're supposed to be very, you know, strictly religious, strictly rigorous, not religious, rigorous in their lifestyle, what they can and cannot do. You know, you have to follow that to the letter. And he is supposed to be above them. He's supposed to be the one that you're supposed to look up to. He's supposed to be the. I know that it's hard to give this much pressure on a human being to be perfect all the time. And I'm not saying that everyone should be perfect all the time, and certainly not even somebody like him. But at the same time, if you are if you're in in this position and you have this much responsibility and this much, you know, it just seems really inappropriate and really out of his mind. I was reading a few things. Some people are saying, "Oh, could it be that he's maybe got dementia or something like that?" I don't even I don't like even if it was something like that, if it was some sort of medical condition, if he was maybe a little bit mentally unwell. I mean, he's quite old now, 80s and all that. Even if all of that, like, it still doesn't add up. And also, what I find really disturbing about it is he didn't seem to really be aware of what he was doing. Like, it seemed to be quite normal for him to say that. Now, I don't know. I've never been to Tibet. I don't know if there's like a culture in Tibet where that's fine. Some cultures have got like different things that they greet people with, touching in certain ways, kissing in certain ways, doing some sort of rituals. That could that be it? I don't know. I've not read into that. It could be, but even then, even then, you just you don't do that when you're supposed to be the main voice and the main focus of Buddhism, like, in the world. Because not only like the Western world has seen this, you know, the Western world's seen this, and they've had their opinions. I even saw a news article saying like Cardi B of all people, like calling him out and saying that that was inappropriate and he's a child predator and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, she's not wrong, and that's Cardi B. You know, if she, you know, it's that's a strange thing to agree with as well. I mean, I'm not calling him a child predator. Right? I'm not going to say that, but inappropriateness definitely. And yeah, it's just really hard to get my head around. I mean, I know that there's always something going wrong somewhere. There's always some dodgy stuff happening in the world, in every part of the whatever it is, government, different religions. Everyone's got their own thing going on, but just with Buddhism, it really doesn't sit right with me at all. Um, and yeah, that's all I had to say on the matter. What I hope now happens. What I hope now happens is that he, resigns. I mean, it sounds, it's mad to say that because of his position and what he's supposed to represent in the world and everything. But I really hope he just doesn't. I just can't. It's horrible. It's horrible to want somebody who has had such a long career and such a important journey and trying to do as much as he can for the world. And he's done lots of great things for like humanity and stuff. But to save any sort of face, the apology was ridiculous as well. Like, it just seemed like it was a half-hearted thing, like 2 minutes. I had to read it a few times to even make out understand really what it was all about. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on it. Um, and I just hope that like, I hope I've not seen much from any other Buddhist leaders at the moment. I haven't really checked, but I really hope that there are people condemning him, and I hope that he sees that, and I hope that then this resonates in his head that this is wrong. I mean, surely he must. I mean, there's like news reporters and everything have been condemning the action, and yeah, I really hope this isn't something that they go, oh well, what else has he done, or they investigate it and they find so much more stuff, because I would just be that would just be too much. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd give my 2 cents on the matter. Not like anyone cares. Uh, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one, hopefully for some more happier Ah, content. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.